if you're watching what's happening in DC and you're wondering why the mayor, the city council, somebody else isn't doing anything to stop it, here's a quick few things. First, this is grounded in history. DC has been occupied by military police in the past, and in the past, it has actually gotten quite a bit worse, especially if you look at after 13,000 troops were deployed to the city after Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated in 1968. It's also important to remember that people are afraid. It used to be that the Constitution enshrined this right to protest, to peacefully assemble, to speak out against the regime, but those laws and the Constitution itself have become somewhat irrelevant under Donald Trump. And he's not obeying any of the court orders that are supposed to limit his ability to do these things. He's a dictator of sorts. And people are afraid. They're very afraid. They're afraid to go out in the streets. They're afraid they'll get kidnapped by ICE or the police and just disappeared, possibly even sent to a third world country they've never been to, on a continent they've never been to, just for protesting what's happening inside their city. They're afraid that they'll get arrested, have a criminal record permanently. They're afraid that violence can be something that these police and these military people inflict upon them, as we've seen has already happened multiple times just in the last few weeks. People are scared. They're scared. And I think part of that frozen reaction is that DC, this happened basically overnight. And if you're watching this and you're not in DC, I really want you to make sure that you understand that this isn't going to stop here. Trump has already promised to do this in other places. Of course, places that have much lower crime rates than all the Republican-run cities that, let's say like Memphis, Tennessee, which is a red state, where the violent crime rate is more than double what it is in DC, and yet nobody's being sent there. Little Rock, Arkansas, red state. Pretty much every city in Florida, red state. And they're not going to be sending them there. They're going to be sending them to major U.S. cities that are in blue states. Chicago, Philadelphia, probably Boston, maybe even New York. We'll see. And you have the benefit of foresight to know this is on its way. So I co-wrote a piece today that you can read on Substack about some of the actions that you can take to start to prepare yourself. If you are watching this on Instagram and you comment resist down in the comments, I will DM you a link to that article so you can read it straight to your inbox. Otherwise, please look at the link in my bio or the link that's added to this post because these are some really important tips. Everything from finding out who your local, county, state, and federal representatives are so you can hold them accountable, so you can reach out to them and ask them what they're doing to prepare for this, what they're doing to oppose this, to groups and organizations that you can join to help out. So my Substack is mesoscalenews.com. So you can check that out, or on Instagram, comment resist, and I'll send you the link. Thanks, guys.